Hello there, you're now with me, Handy Gui, and welcome to your 5 p.m. English news on TVS. Let's dive into the headlines for today. The Sarawak government announced a special assistance of 500 ringgit to Sarawak civil servants of all grades. Through a statement issued by the Premier of Sarawak office, the special assistance is in conjunction with the AIDILFITRI and Gawai Dayak celebration 2022.
The special assistance will be distributed starting in April before the celebration. The special aid is proof of the government's appreciation for the hard work of civil servants in discharging their duties and serving the people in a responsible and trustworthy manner. As such, it is hoped that all civil servants would continue the excellent momentum in their efforts to ensure the success of the government's economic recovery agenda and people-centered policies.
Sarawak Information Systems Sdn Bhd or SAINS, SACOFA Sdn Bhd and PP Telecommunications Sdn Bhd today signed a Memorandum of Understanding MOU to jointly drive the state's digital transformation. The partnership aims at accelerating competitiveness in the digital economy and to drive the urgency of staying relevant through innovative and digitally driven initiatives.
Minister of Utility and Telecommunications Sarawak, Datuk Julai Hinarawi, said, with digital transformation is one of the key enablers outlined in the post-COVID-19 development strategy PCDS 2030. The collaboration between the three parties will look to promote innovative approaches and collaboration in digital trade to scale the digital economy ecosystem and provide end-to-end services and solutions to accelerate the fulfillment of the digital transformation initiatives set forth in the PCDS 2030.
Each of the three parties has been a key player in the digital transformation of the state, from providing digital infrastructure, building connectivity to the rural and remote areas, and developing as well as implementing application system to enable Sarawak government services to be conveniently accessed by the public at any time from anywhere.
He added positive results are expected with a strong synergy forged among companies.
These three companies are already strong and established in their own fields. As mentioned by Datuk Patigi just now, they have their own strength and establish their own fields of expertise. And when they come together and collaborate and are committed to assist the state to fulfill the state vision, we can expect tremendous effectiveness and exciting outcome ahead of us in the near future.
Meanwhile, SAINS Chairman Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. George Chan Hong Nam said the collaboration formed will allow each company to cover a wider spectrum instead of advancing independently.
SAINS, PPTEL and SACOFA are experts in their own fields. Whether we put them together, their products and services can actually cover a much wider spectrum. Instead of progressing independently, the three companies will work together, drawing on each other's strength, covering each other's weaknesses, and most importantly, accelerating the digital transformation of Sarawak by bringing technological advancement to this land.
Since the inception of SAINS, the company has created over 200 applications, transforming hundreds of manual processes in the Sarawak government into automated application systems and mobile apps, thus elevating the efficiency of the state's civil service to among the top in the country. Meanwhile, PPTEL, a Sarawak-based international telecommunication infrastructure provider, is a terrestrial backbone within Sarawak, with the aim to dramatically improve broadband speeds and performance in the region. On the other hand, SACOFA, Sarawak's leading ICT infrastructure company, owns and operates more than 1,800 telecommunication towers throughout the state of Sarawak to cater to the network expansion needs of cellular operations and other organizations.
Districts such as Puncak Borneo, Padawan and Siburan will experience water supply disruption tonight, as the Sarawak Rural Water Supply Department or JBULP will be carrying out emergency maintenance work. Residents concerned should note that the works will be carried out from 10 p.m. until 5 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Therefore, JBALB calls upon affected consumers to store enough waters for the duration of the maintenance work and called on members of the public to allow the Kuching Water Board to carry out maintenance work in areas under its jurisdiction. Any complaints, the department said, can be submitted via their WhatsApp hotline at 019-804-7342 or 019-804-7642 or by calling the department center at 082-262211. Alternatively, the public can also visit their website shown on screen or any of JBALB Sarawak's social media pages.
The pumping station construction project in Dalat district has been completed and is currently awaiting the testing and accreditation process. Minister of Women, Early Childhood and Community Wellbeing Development, Dr. Sri Fatima Abdullah, who is also a Dalat Assemblywoman, said the station is expected to be fully operational by the end of April.
Fatima said the station will resolve the low water pressure issue in the district.
Semua maklum bahawa kita menghadapi masalah tekanan air, low water pressure, dan kadang-kadang tak ada air untuk kawasan seperti Kakan dan Kampung Medong. Kampung Medong ada 3 buah kampung, Medong Seberang, Medong Hilir, Medong Hulu. Kekan Seberang dan Kekan sebelah kiri. Dan lima buah kampung ini bilangan penduduknya besar, bukan kecil. Dan dengan sebab itu, usaha yang dijalankan untuk mengatasi masalah tekanan air yang rendah.
Adding further, she said the water pump station is also equipped with 24-hour electricity to ensure continuous supply of water to Medong and Kekan. At the same time, the government also built a high-level water tank in Sungai Kut to accommodate the increasing population around the area.
So untuk Sungai Kut juga dibina high-level water tank dan untuk Sungai Kut dijangka siap by June 2022, and that one will be able to supply 0.65 MLD, dan itu akan dapat menyelesaikan masalah air, tekanan air di Sungai Kut itu saja.
As such, Fatima assured that the Sarawak government will continue to utilize the grid system to ensure that water and electricity supply can continue to be provided throughout Sarawak.
A 24-year-old woman who fell from a riverbank along the Batang Rajang River was rescued in the wee hours today. The woman was believed to have fallen at a height of 3 meters and was safely fished out from the river by rescuers summoned to the scene.
The Fire and Rescue Department, or BOMBA, received a distress call at 3:20 a.m., to which a team of firefighters were dispatched immediately to the scene.
Pada jam 3.20 pagi, pihak BOMBA terima laporan seorang mangsa perempuan telah terjun ke Sungai Batang Rajang. Bertindak atas laporan tersebut, pihak BOMBA terus bergegas ke tempat kejadian dan setiba di tempat kejadian memang benar kami mendapati seorang wanita yang masih dalam pengaruh alkohol berada di tebing sungai dan mangsa dipercayai terjun pada ketinggian 3 meter. Keadaan air pada masa tersebut adalah surut. Pasukan BOMBA terus menjalankan operasi penyelamatan dengan turun ke tebing sungai menggunakan tali menyelamat. Wanita berusia 24 tahun itu hanya mengalami cedera ringan selepas memasangkan full body harness kepada Mangsa tersebut, mangsa terus ditarik naik ke atas dengan selamat.
The victim was then given early treatment by the Civil Defense Ambulance Team APM Cebu before being sent to the Cebu Hospital for further treatment. As the victim was under the influence of alcohol, the actual cause of the woman falling into the river has yet to be ascertained.
Now, the human remains found near Bathurst, New South Wales, Australia, have been confirmed as belonging to a Sarawakian, believed to have been murdered more than a year ago.
Bukit Aman Narcotics Crime Investigation Department Director Dato Ayub Khan Maidin Piche said investigations revealed that the 25-year-old victim, Jackie Chong Kai Wong, had entered Australia in November 2016 on a tourist visa. He was thought to have been offered a job by a Southeast Asian crime group as a marijuana crop sitter growing cannabis. The Australian authorities said the victim was understood to have been murdered between December 25, 2020 and January 8, 2021, adding that 3 men aged 33, 28, and 22 were charged with his murder. Authorities believe that the victim was killed due to a dispute over money with other members of the gang.
Welcome back. Now, only 30% of the fire and rescue or bomba personnel were granted festive leave on break during Hari Raya AIDILFITRI, set to take place on May 3rd, while the remainder will be on standby for any emergency situation and dependent on states that are prone to fire incidents.
This was stated by the Malaysian Fire and Rescue Department Director General Datuk Seri Muhammad Hamdan Wahid during a press conference on Wednesday.
Kita akan caturkan cuti dia tu untuk negeri tersebut. Kita akan tengok kalau ketidakcukupan tu kita akan bekukan cuti dia.
On the other hand, Bomba will be launching the Op Raya on April 26th as a preventive measure for the upcoming Aidilfitri celebration. Patrols will be conducted at areas marked as hotspots a week prior to the celebration and a day after the first day of Aidilfitri.
Satunya melihat dari segi aspek risiko kebakaran. Keduanya juga untuk memastikan tidak ada apa-apa aktiviti kemabahayaan yang boleh memudaratkan komuniti dan juga penghuni rumah ataupun bangunan. Dan bangunan-bangunan ini dalam keadaan selamat. Dan punca-punca yang boleh menyebabkan kebakaran ini kita boleh kenal pasti untuk kita ambil tindakan.
Commercial buildings such as shopping malls, which are a place of many patrons as Malaysia recently moved into the transition to endemic phase, will also be monitored. As such, on-duty personnel would undertake duties of patrolling, monitoring and disseminating awareness to the public at some of the accident-prone areas and hotspots.
Now wrapping up the 5 p.m. news, the Ministry of Health MOH welcomed industry or academia-initiated research on the medical use of marijuana and is ready to collaborate for medicinal purposes. However, its Minister Khairi Jamaluddin pointed out that so far there have been no full submissions for a clinical study or trial, indicating that the ministry has been consistent in practicing policies based on evidence.
The ministry welcomes clinical studies on the use of CBD or cannabidiol for medicinal purposes, as such efforts could be coordinated by the ministry's Institute for Clinical Research and Clinical Research Malaysia. The use of medical marijuana is currently controlled under the Dangerous Drugs Act 1952 or Act 234. Proponents of the use of marijuana for medical purposes include MUDA President Syed Sadiq Syed Abdul Rahman, who has been vocal in urging the government to consider its legalization.
And that wraps up the 5 p.m. English news on TVS. With that, I'm Handy Gui. Stay safe and have a pleasant day.